The second step of the delivery phase is campaign monitoring and performance review. Campaign monitoring is where we watch real time as the campaign emails go out so that we can pick any problems and potentially fix them on the spot. Performance review is done after a campaign is run to see how effective it was. In terms of email campaigns, email KPIs should be meaningful business results. Think about the results you would put in front of your executive. If they can understand and value those KPIs, then you're measuring the right KPIs. Now, here are the three types of email KPIs. You have general email, commerce-driven, and demand generation. For example, the Dyson campaign that we use as an example in this course is commerce driven. So what we're interested in is things like conversions, how many people bought on the website, revenue generated, how much money did this campaign directly make, and things like revenue generated per email. So how many emails did we send and how much per email did we make on that particular campaign. Depending on your email tool, you should be able to monitor live metrics during your launch. Now, this is especially important because if you're doing large batch sends, sometimes if you catch an early error, you can limit the damage that's going to occur. So it's super important to do this kind of monitoring immediately after a launch. So some of the things we want to monitor are bounce backs. If we're getting a lot of bounce backs, this could signal some deliverability problems, and then we should halt the campaign immediately and fix those. Email opens. Are we getting any at all? If we're sending to a large enough list and there are no email opens, this could also signal serious deliverability issues, and this is something we should look into. And click-throughs. Over a certain amount of time, if we're seeing no click-throughs, this could signal errors in the email itself. Perhaps the links are broken and therefore people are clicking, but it's not registering in the email tool. So these are three key metrics you should be monitoring during your launch. The other part for more complicated email campaigns are the triggers. So if you have triggers that will fire as a result of your email campaign, are these triggers actually activating? This is not applicable to all email tools, but it's one you should definitely check if you do have triggers that are part of your email campaign. Once our campaign has run to completion, we need to review the performance metrics to see how the campaign did. First thing we need to look at is the conversion ratio. So other than the key objectives that we set at the beginning of the campaign, such as absolute number of conversions, we also want to look at the conversion ratio relative to the amount of emails we sent out. For example, if we sent out 5,000 emails and got 50 conversions, that's 1% ratio. So that's an excellent way to see if the campaign objective was reached and how well it was reached. The open to click ratio is the number of opens versus the number of clicks. For example, if I send 500 emails and 5 were clicked, that's a 1% ratio open to click. This gives an indication of how good the email was. The higher the ratio, better the email did. And the last one is the unsubscribes. So the number of people that unsubscribe on this campaign. This gives us an indication of how relevant the targeting was for the customer segments, but it also could give us an indication of just how well our email marketing is doing in general.